hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, Bill and Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that it with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, looking shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos, while I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got all my people in red clothes. Metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros.
Do
like
you really
that.
wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me,
Ain't God we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo, we murder us. A lot of people is wondering and they curious. How me and my unit do it is so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others be walking around fearing us. Front, baby, like you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry D, he'll be playing us. 30 times a day to make you delirious. Damaging everything all up in your area. Yo, it's funny how all the be always serving us. All up in between they where they wanna carry us. Hit you good, then I hit them off with the alias. Various, they wanna marry us. Yo, it's flip mode, you stupid, you know we bout to bust. 7-figure money, the label preparing us. Fight the dust instead of you.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. One ticket remaining to be punched for the championship round next week. We're all set and off we go on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick-6 and an early touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
The PAT, up and good. And the Eagles are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Right back to the air following that pick-6. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They'll look to throw. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the air one more time. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That one on the former number 7 overall pick back in 2022, Evan Neal. They'll look to throw yet again. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? And he will have a Giants first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, New York. What a big play, a little unscripted there. Greg, that is what tight ends do so well. Hey, you lived it. What are you thinking when the quarterback's on the move out of the pocket?
Scramble drill is the most difficult play to defend down here in the red zone, Mike. It stresses the coverage so much. When you snap your head around of your designed route and you see your quarterback has gotten moved off his spot, now it's just scramble rules. Stay in phase. Work friendly in the same direction as the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now it's Williams. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. Second down and 3. It's another run here for Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Second and a yard. Here's the first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. They run over center with Williams. And he'll take this down to about the 15. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A run on 1st and goal. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 2-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So he finds the space and breaks the plane for the touchdown. Greg, there are certain quarterbacks who just have a knack for that old school play.
That play call sheet gets a lot easier, Mike, when you have not only a quarterback, like you mentioned, who has a nose for the end zone, but an offensive line that can continue to get such a consistent push. You put those two things together, I think he should call it every single time he finds himself on the goal line.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to only about the 23. 2nd down and 8. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, It's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
They'll go again with Robinson. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Third down, 3 to go. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Robinson, a first down and more. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. They get 24 on that one. First down, Giants. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. On the give, it's Robinson. Now a loose football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Here's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Williams. Williams, first down, and he's not done. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll try again here, second and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Here now, second down and goal. One more time for Williams. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This about as short as you can get. That one is good. And the Eagles build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. We are set for the second half kickoff. One of these teams ready to book a date in the NFC Championship game next week, and we are back at it with the third quarter. They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Williams gets it on the draw. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45. A run with Davis. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Hurts. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Hurts. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. Slot man in motion right. On first down, right back to Williams. And he's in! Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Eagles.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Another run here for Robinson. He'll work forward for a couple. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop. After that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson, who's in some pain down there. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. But sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice game.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Receiver in motion, going right. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Two yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on 1st down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2. What do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till...
Powering forward. He's in. Ray Davis. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. File that under head scratcher. Really hard to understand what was going on there. But we do know what's going on the board. 2 points for the defense.
At some point, Mike, you just have to figure out, when is the party over? I mean, just go down, live to play another snap. But in this case, he just kept going back and back and back. And as you said, the defense now gets to come off the field, scoring 2 points.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Kayvon Thibodeau with the stop. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. To the right side here, pass is caught. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Think back to what they told us during the week, Mike. They said this primetime platform, this is a tremendous opportunity for us to show the entire league and put them on notice. And boy, after this performance, boy, have they ever.
They run over center with Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances?
Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll get maybe 4 there. It'll bring up 2nd and long. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he'll be taken down right at the 35-yard line.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on play. Brings up 4th down.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. This is intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their 2nd pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6, but to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Makes the score Eagles 43, Giants 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They are moving on as the #1 seed. The victory means they locked out another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.